Exactly. That's what I thought. CC. Against the Lucas, you want to try to CC the Lucas? It's like better anti-CC than a Martis.
Exactly. I guess they're looking for the damage potential. Because again, in a big fight for Navi, if everything goes well, right? They apply the mark of Vexana on everyone, right? And not 1-1 and the Joy bursts someone down, it transfers, the target explodes, hits everyone. That's very ideal though, so let's see if those win conditions come through for Navi.
Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, as we get into game number 2 in this matchup between GEEK Fam and NAVI. Already a 1-0 for GEEK as they lead this best of 3 series. Can GEEK close it out 2-0 like they did in leg number 1 and solidify their chances to get their way into the upper brackets?
Oh boy. Especially in the early game, we talked about how GEEK Fam surprisingly have a lot of staying power, a lot of damage potential as well. With so many fighters on their lineup right now, they got a ton of base damage to work with for the early fights. Not to mention, Beloyski on the Kalia is gonna be healing everyone. If you're curious, 180 damage, 180 HP plus 10% max HP, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a hefty amount for these fighter heroes to have a lot of base defense. If you look at the Emluster by IndieHome, you're seeing a bit more to that. Pull yourself together still for Beloyski for the playmaking potential. But along with that, that's a thrill on the Akai for Gob, so again, a very interesting approach. Might be there to help him with the wave clear.
Is that the usual sub-emblem for a 1-1?
What is?
The green one? I forgot what it's called.
Pull yourself together?
Pull yourself together, yeah.
Yeah.
Faster
Inspire.
cooldowns for the battle spells and also for the active items, by the way. So that's the idea here for Navi. They want Shive to have all the tools available. He's been the more reliable member so far. But again, against so many fighters, we've seen how marksmen deal with the Lucas. The Lucas becomes a massive problem. The 1-1 can outplay that Lucas, but again, it's still gonna take a lot of effort, for sure.
But if we're talking about like fighters, technically Navi have a lot of fighters too, right? Feb at level 4 should be able to have a say in the neutral objective take.
Yeah, level 4, they have fighters that... I think Feb is the only one. Oh, hang on a second.
Feb locked down by the heavy spin. Chain CC just by the heavy spin and gobbled up.
Well, I guess no impact if he's taken out completely, right? So GEEK, really good way to start things off. Going to be able to pick up the neutral objective. No counter, no fight from Navi whatsoever.
Washer Paul going for an invade there, trying to steal some camps away. Did not get to trade for the orange buff though, unfortunately for him. Gonna be able to secure his purple buff still. GEEK Fam won't be in position just yet. But after getting a bit of a lead there, I think GEEK Fam for sure are looking for some kind of invade here, some kind of dive. They want to leverage all the fighters because in the late game, in theory, those fighters are the ones that fall off first compared to the other type of heroes.
Oh, a slam down and Ninetales comes in. Makids takes the second kill of the game.
Crazy aggression there from GEEK Fam. Like I mentioned, they want to try and force Navi into as many fights as possible. Feb and Cars, again, are tanky, but they don't trade back damage the same way. Washer Paul, though.
Oh. Too sure if it's wise to actually go. Oh, heavy spin in the flicker combo. Washer Paul, no dashes available. Makids, Rasengan whiffing. Washer Paul with the dashes to escape.
Luckily so, right? Luckily so. Don't want to make things worse in this early portion of the game with Makids getting ahead of Washipal with that kill that surely could have been that. Because for the moment here, GEEK are still holding on to this gold lead, 1,200. Every single lane is leading onto Navi.
Again, they are lead game instruments and only Kenziski on the Hereth. By all means, that's plenty considering the situation here. But the playmaking tools, I think, is what's really throwing Navi off. Navi have ways to kind of survive and withstand initial pick-off attempts, but for GEEK Fam, they can pick off using the heavy spin, they can pick off using the Tsunami Slam, so they have multiple ways to threaten Navi, and you're seeing them kind of getting flustered because of it.
Okay, a boy's focusing the IMU onto X Magic right now, so that is something that he has to utilize around this neutral objective. Washipol is level 8, so technically they are level. How do Navi want to engage on this? Do they wait for Gobs to perhaps use the heavy spin first? Try to go for that trigger?
I think it's possible. They want to try and maybe harass, take the HP bars down before. But GEEK Fam, again, if they feel like Navi are doing a bit too much, they're going to go for an engage. And you can see Navi respecting it, but whoa!
Tsunami Slam, locking him down. Oh man, the stolen Eternal Guard. When you get picked, you don't move.
And that's the issue here with Navi, man. At every single moment, you get jumped on, you can't really go in. Even if the whole team funneled there towards GEEK Fam, there's not much they could have done to save their boy cars. I feel like they really should have walked away from the neutral objective altogether. Right there. There's no need to give cars up like that anyways. But look at this rotation, man.
Whoa! Solo kill Kenziski! Not even a Purify Burt! Up top, Washipol getting fed to Kids with the Nine Tails. Tail Beast Bomb locking him down earlier. Now Cars gonna be next on the chopping block. X-Magic trying to go for the peel. Oh my goodness, the damage! Gobs gets the kill. Tsunami Slam again. Rasengan from Kids. Maloyski's the one to pick up the kill. And it ain't just a macro dip in this game. 7-0 to GEEK.
Calm before the storm. The first few minutes was GEEK playing it patiently, waiting for their timing, their time to strike as well. And this is what Navi are forced to deal with. 4 members were taken down, a 4,000 gold lead for GEEK in only 6 minutes. And they're going to be able to pick up structures left, right, and center. Navi was able to get that turret in the bottom side, but it gets instantly traded back with the mid and the top lane. Plus, almost a perfect turtle now.
That turn of events, I think, was the big moment for GEEK Fam. That's where Navi lose all control. Look at this now. Immediately after that turn of events, that gold swing, GEEK Fam are just sticking around right in front of Navi, and they can't do anything about it.
Oh, Gobs. Heavy spin. Good AOG from Cars to escape, but it'll be a free turret.
Just like that, it's just the turrets falling down. And there's no protection, by the way. There's no damage reduction on those turrets. It doesn't even matter, though. GEEK Fam are just so far ahead.
Oh.
And there's no safety, man. Especially for Shive, the man that it seems like... Oh, hang on a second.
Tsunami Slam over to a boy. Look at the damage coming down, but it's a Mind Force 2, and Cars doesn't have the AOG. That Revitalize doesn't even look like a battle spell. Wow.
There's just so many tools that GEEK can actually work with now, and a boy has gone for a little bit more aggression as well, just in case Navi want to go for a cheeky opportunity here. He's waiting in the bushes. We're seeing the push coming through.
Oh boy, so in the fist crack. This could be a crazy set from a boy. Maloyski walks up just to zone. GEEK Fam really want to get a deathless win.
Washipol trying his best to try and get something on the board, going for the split. Like the Joy does best. Trying to go for steals here. We'll be going for the orange. The GEEK Fam.
Whoa! Tsunami Slam again. That's going to be Shive locking him down. Oh, fist crack! And the heavy spin. The boy punched Shive all the way back to base.
It's just the overload of crowd control, man. Shive was able to get out from the initial engage attempt. A boy though.
A pin down, there you go. Fab able to go for the revenge strike. Kenziski in the back, getting the kill on X-Magic. Call him the assassin in game number 2.
Wait a second though. They're not going for the Lord, they're not going for the base turret yet. They allowed Washipol to push all the way down there. Navi, they're gonna try and go for a defend.
I don't know, I think GEEK are confident enough to let that go, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna be able to shut X-Magic down even further. They were able to cut Shive down even further. He's sitting at 0-2-0. And either way, that inhibitor turret still stands, and they're going to be able to get a free Lord anyway. So I guess it's still okay. It looks like Washipol is still going to go for a little bit more, maybe. But at the end, this is just, again, a complete controlled game by GEEK Fam. Slowly but surely, things are building up. Navi found a really great opportunity earlier on. We saw that happening, but oh, Gobs.
Heavy spin, Shiva even with the Purify out. It's a boy who finds the kill. Beb, fist crack on a 2. Look at the healing though with the Revitalize there. Oh, it's not the Revitalize, it's Maloyski just healing them up with the passive. Gobs able to survive just purely with the Kalea healing.
if you're ahead on the Kalia and you have that max HP, man, it's a lot of healing, and you can proc it multiple times. On top of that, Moloski has went with the fleeting time, so look forward to a lot more pickup attempts, a lot more tsunami slams, especially as now we are scrambling to try and take out this Lord.
They'll still be able to do it. But some new waves are coming down, but it's only in the mid lane actually. GEEK fam haven't really managed the waves that well. So Navi will live to see another day.
All right. Inhibitor turret in the mid lane is the only one that falls down. It looks like they want to be playing with this bottom lane too. So if they crack this inhibitor turret, that's something else that GEEK can utilize to their advantage.
The Mind Force coming down as well. Good Terrify, but a Purify comes out. Eternal Guard out of sheer panic. 2 base turrets for GEEK fam.
Look at that, man. The Zaman Force into the front immediately forces Navi to overreact to respect the potential, because Kenziski has been farming up a storm already with the Holy Crystal. Definitely a big problem. And look at GEEK, they're wisening up. They know Washupal is in the area, trying to punish him for overstaying, but he's just way too mobile.
They should be able to get out here. I think they're going for the chase now.
Oh,
Robs and Beloyski. Oh no!
Oh, the famous pincer maneuver, but Washupal is too slippery. Call him the eel.
a quick escape there from Washupal, showing the value of the Joy, but his problems don't end there, dude. He's been able to stay farming, stay relevant. He's still a level down from Maykids, and he's not really at the power spike just yet. Only 2 items right now. 7k gold lead for GEEK fam. And on their side, man, this is the mid-game, the 11-minute mark, where all these fighters are reaching max snowballing potential. Look at Maykids with this full damage build plus a radiant armor. Like, bro, the moment anyone from Navi oversteps, even if it's Feb or Cars, they're gonna get chunked.
So how are they going to be able to control the side lanes now?
Blue team turret
The
has
inhibitor
been
turret
destroyed.
gets taken out there. So that's yet another tool that GEEK can utilize. What do they do? Oh no!
Tsunami Slam, that's an Eternal Guard over to the back, but too much damage with the Rasengan. Free Lord, it seems, for GEEK fam. It'll be a slow roll.
It's a difficult time here for Navi, that's for sure, man. They can match it to the damage output, and now they can't even check for information. The only person that can kind of step up with a little bit of safety is Washupal and the Joy, just due to the mobility, or maybe Shive. But again, like, they can't even take that risk because we've seen it before. Washupal and Shive can outplay one tool. They can outplay the Tsunami Slam or even Maykids jumping on them with the Rasengan. But then after they're done, Gobs will come out from the shadows and just pin them down.
That's why the re-engage coming in. Oh, that's Washupal, 2v1. Still gonna be able to get out. He's gonna try and cut in those waves to make sure that they don't crash at the same time, buying a little bit more time for Navi to look for yet another defense. But here it is, the bush.
Could be the final one. Washupal able to recall. Eternal Guard goes wide. Cars looking for the taunt now. We'll be able to find it. AOG as well. But the Purify's right there for Kenziski. Maykids finds the kill. Hasn't gone. Ninetales in the back. Maykids! What an explosive Ninetales engage towards the end from Maykids. Just to get him space for a 2-0 clean sweep. GEEK fam lead the race for upper brackets.
There you go, a step closer to upper